An Angel's Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas in our little town, and though Santa was planning to go there, he frowned. He had known for a while about folks there in need, and of others who wanted to do a good deed. But to bring them together, well, that'd be quite a task. He'd need help. Then he thought of the person he'd ask. She was a sweet angel, had helped Nick out before. A long time ago he would ask her once more. He thought of the street's decorations and the manger, then silently summoned the beautiful angel. She came right away, her face filled with glee, and at once she sat atop that town's huge Christmas tree. The sweet angel Angie planned what she could do. As folks came to see her, she'd given them a clue. After all, it was Christmas and here in this town square, and Angie just wanted to help folks out there. She'd tell them so softly, put your thoughts in each mind, if they wanted to help, and then the needy they'd find. Right at that moment there stood by her tree an old man, face weathered, pants worn at the knee. Well, Jake was his name. Excuse me. Goodness. Well, Jake was his name, and he lived all alone. No family close by, not even a phone. But he had a desire, for whatever reason, to give himself at this beautiful season. He couldn't do much, but his back was still strong, and if given the chance, he'd help someone along. As Angie looked down upon Jake with a smile, she guided his thoughts toward a family for a while. Then inside his mind he could see the dear face of sweet little Molly who lived near his place. Her mom was a widow with 3 sons and a daughter. She loved them and shared every blessing life brought her. With a skip in his step and a light in his eye, Jake drove his old truck to the forest close by. He chopped down a tree and hung bright lights and toys, then tried to recall when he felt just so much joy. As Jake knocked on the door, held the tree and green holly, he heard squeals of delight from the boys and sweet Molly. The children, excited, gave hugs to old Jake. Mom's eyes filled with tears, which she hid for their sake. Jake said his goodbyes and then went on his way and gave thanks to Angie for what happened that day. Soon Molly and the family went for a walk and strolled past the tree and the square as they talked. Now Angie inspired some of this good mother to come, so another kind deed could joylessly be done. A house where a wealthy couple reside was just up the highway upon the hillside. They needed some friends and neighbors to care. Angie felt that this family had love they could share. So tensely Mom took each of her charges by hand, marched up to the doorway and took a firm stand. As she rang the doorbell, they all started to sing. With the voices like angel, they told of the King. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The door opened softly, and 2 pairs of eyes looked towards the small family in wondrous surprise. Please, won't you come in and stay for a while? Molly answered for all with a yes and a smile. Some wondrous moments were shared by each one, with promise of more in the future to come. When the family had gone, the young man took his bride, and together they walked to the square side by side. They looked up at Angie and felt that she knew that she'd inspired them. Of course it was true. Now Angie knew places where 2 little tots curled up with sad faces, each night in their cots. A dwelling for orphans, their small hopes erased, she prompted the couple to go there with haste. They found two little souls bundled up by the door, 'cause Angie's sweet spirit had gone there before. There were smiles on their faces, light shone in their eyes. Angie blessed the small gathering with a wondrous surprise. All rushed to the store, shopped for warm clothes and shoes, a Christmas tree, stockings, and not a moment to lose. Then back to the home for more celebration, ate dinner, baked cookies to the children's elation. They packed up a sleigh full of goodies to share with someone who needed to know that they cared. The tots and the couple, all bundled up tight, pulled that sleigh through the glistening, wintry night. They sang as they followed the road they should take. Through them, Angie rewarded the goodness of Jake. They soon found themselves in the town square again, where the Christmas tree angel was awaiting them. It was right at that moment when Nick chose to land with a sleigh full of toys and his swift reindeer band. Speaking with Angie, his face wreathed with light. "You're working a true miracle, your spirit shines bright." The angel was peaceful atop that tree. She said, "It's the spirit of Christmas, not me." Molly's sweet family, together with Jake, the tots and the couple, they all chose to take a road to serve others, give back in return. Thus the light from the season continues to burn. Santa called as he climbed on his sleigh full of toys. I think Christmas and angels together bring joy. His voice rang out as he flew through the night. Merry Christmas, dear Angie. May your spirit take flight. Okay, we're getting them done. Are we or are we not? I'm pretty impressed with myself. Stay tuned.